Hello, and thank you. My name is Donna Urbina. I live in Davenport, Florida, and that's Polk County. And I am part of a Partners in Policy Making Group project on employment. And with me is Karen, Elise, Rebecca, and Vicki. And we would like to share this story with you. This is my son Adam. He is so excited and looking for work. He had been working at Cece's and they closed down for renovation and came under new management, and when they reopened they did not rehire him. The new management didn't. It's been 2.5 years. He's still been looking. He's put in applications at 10 different places. Everything, something new opens up in the area. He's so excited. He loved the socialization he received from being employed, and he loved waking up every morning with purpose, and he also, of course, loved the paycheck. And he is just one of many faces of people who are searching for employment that have developmental disabilities. Thank you.
Currently, there are about 56 million people living with a disability in the United States. In the year 2014, about 17% of those people were employed, and that's compared to about 65% of the general population. About 1/3 of those workers employed with a disability only worked part-time or were self-employed. The most recent figures for employment state that those with disabilities, the job rate has remained stagnant, whereas those without disabilities, the job rate continues to grow. As of October 15, 2015, the jobless rate has stayed the same for those with disabilities, but again, it is growing in other sectors. Here in Florida, it's estimated that there are over 2.7 million people with some form of disability. That's about 16% of the population for those over the age of 5. Around 73,000 of those people are unemployed, and 2.5 million Floridians with disabilities are not even in the workforce. This is a lot of people. There are a few efforts underway to help those with disabilities become employed both across the country and here in the state of Florida. The Florida Developmental Disabilities Council program, Employment First, is one example. And their website quotes, "While there is no formal definition of employment first, the intent is to raise the expectation that employment should be prioritized for those individuals with disabilities. Employment first might be defined as changing a system to better support integrated employment." End quote. Helping businesses and communities see the benefits of hiring those with disabilities and having more taxpayers is a good outcome. But how do we get there? Federal contractors are now required to have at least 7% of their staff as persons with disabilities. But how do we get the rest of the business communities involved?
Helping businesses to see the benefits of hiring individuals with disabilities is a start, and there are benefits. DisabilityCareerCast.com states that there are both tangible and intangible benefits. Those tangible, predictable benefits might include increase of hiring pool, positively impacts the retention of existing employees, return on investment, tax and other financial incentives including productivity benefits, reduced cost of employee benefits available, increased diversity, response to an aging workforce, increasing work ethics and dedication, enhanced staff morale, new look at creativity and problem solving, becoming poised for future preference in government contracting. ThinkBeyondTheLabel.com lists even more reasons, including marketing. Customers with disabilities and their families, friends and associates represent $1 trillion market segment. They also indicate that studies have shown Americans say they may prefer to patronize companies and businesses that employ persons with disabilities, increasing their market share and expanding the customer base and loyalty. They also break down many of the tax benefits with hiring persons with disabilities, including small business tax credit and the disabled access credit, used to remove barriers, improve in access and increase transportation options. And the work opportunities tax credit for lower income workers may qualify persons with disability, unfortunately. There are companies that are considered to be more disability friendly in their hiring practices than others. And here's a short list.
Yeah, as a part of the association by Senate Bill 388, but that would create a program, organization, business that support your higher works with disabilities, sponsored by Florida Senator Nancy Duterte from Venice CB 388 District. The Department of Economic Opportunity to work with Career Sources of Florida to develop the Florida CUNIS Abilities Partners Program. Business that employed disabled works could compute disability organization or establish a program that helps disability individuals living independently could apply for the destination. There will also be added to a state registry that could be used for Visit Florida, marking it as state jobs, sports us as a Plymouth, Florida marketplace.
Other benefits to the program include the Department of Economic Opportunity would be required to maintain a website with specified information about businesses by county that hold the Florida Unique Abilities Partner designation. The Agency for Persons with Disabilities would also be required to provide a link on its website to the above website. It would be updated quarterly and would display eligibility information as well as information about the application process itself. Next slide. The DEO would also be required to provide a report to the legislature on the progress and use of the program. At the minimum, the report must include the number of applications, the number of nominations, the number of designations awarded, annual certifications, and other information deemed necessary to evaluate the program. Senate President Andy Gardner states, and I quote, "The Florida Unique Abilities Partner designation will indicate that a company recognizes the important role people with unique abilities can have in our workforce. We have many Florida companies that are already working diligently to ensure people with unique abilities are given the chance to succeed in meaningful careers. By recognizing these great companies as Florida Unique Abilities Partners, we can highlight their important efforts. Like other business designations, consumers can then use this information to guide their purchasing choices." So similar to like a Better Business Bureau designation, or like Donna was saying, the Susan B. Komen designation. Next slide, please. The creation of a logo that businesses can use to visually demonstrate their support is also in the works. Next slide, please. This logo would be able to be used in any and all marketing for the business, including website, social media, publications, on-site, and other means. We have included a few examples and suggestions from our small group on this slide. We strongly urge all legislators to consider the benefit of such a bill and the awareness that it would bring to businesses who might be more inclined to support people with disabilities in a variety of ways, including greater employment. Thank you for your time. Okay, we have an update. If Donna, you want to do that?
Oh, okay. The next slide, please.
Sorry.
The next one. And I'm happy to announce that Adam got a job! And what's really wonderful about Steak and Shake, this is brand new, and they're actually hiring 3 people with disabilities. After Adam was hired, they hired 2 more, so
Wow.
I'm so excited.